Hello. Today's lesson is about the coordinate plane, sometimes called the Cartesian plane after 18th century French mathematician René Descartes. And it is a way to turn physical location into numbers. So here's the idea. The basic idea of the coordinate plane is that you have two axes. You have the x-axis, which goes from left to right, where right is positive and left is negative. So, if I were to tell you that the x-coordinate of a number was 7, that's positive 7, so you would start in the middle, which is 0, and you would go 7 to the right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and that would be an x-coordinate of positive 7, because it goes 7 to the right. If I were to tell you that something has an x-coordinate of negative 10, then you would start at 0 again, but you would go 10 to the left because it is negative. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that has an x-coordinate of negative 10. Similarly, there is also a y-axis. And the y-axis goes up and down. And up is positive, and down is negative. So, if I were to tell you that something has a y-coordinate of positive 4, then you would start at 0, and you would go up 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And that would have a positive 4 y-coordinate. Similarly, down is negative. So, if I were to tell you that something has a y-coordinate of negative 7, you would start at 0 and go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And that would have a y-coordinate of negative 7, right there. Okay, so what if you want a point that's not on the axes? Well, then you have what's called a coordinate pair. And you start off by using parentheses, and you separate the numbers with a comma. The first one is the x-coordinate, and the second one is the y-coordinate. And you know x comes first because x comes first in the alphabet. So, let's say we had a point that was positive 4, positive 8. Okay, so we go to 0, 0. And remember, the x-coordinate is positive 4, so we'll go 1, 2, 3, 4. But don't put a point there. The y-coordinate is positive 10, so we go up 10 from there. So that's 5, 10, and right there is the point that is located at the coordinates positive 4, positive 10. See, I messed up. That should say 10. It is 4 to the right and 10 up. And that's positive 4, positive 10. Let's say that we mixed in a negative value. So let's say that we had a point with coordinates of negative 8. Let me try to remember the 8 this time. Positive 3. So the x-coordinate is negative and the y-coordinate is positive. So we'll go to 0, 0. I'll go left 8 because it's negative 8, and up 3 because it's positive 3. That coordinate, that point, has the coordinates negative 8, positive 3. Let's say that the other one, that the y-coordinate was negative. So let's say it was positive 10, negative 15. So the x-coordinate is positive and the y-coordinate is negative. Well, positive 10 means we go 10 to the right, and then negative 15 means we go down 15, 5, 10, 15, and right there is the point with the coordinates positive 10, negative 15. Let's say that both the numbers are negative. So let's say it was negative 6, negative 20. So negative 6 means we go 6 to the left, and negative 20 means we go down 20 from there. 5, 10, 15, 20. And that point right there has the coordinates negative 6, negative 20, because it goes 6 to the left and 20 down. Okay, so that's the basic idea. That's how you go from coordinates to points. Now, let's go in the other direction. Let's see if I can get a point somewhere on the coordinate plane, and we'll come up with the coordinates for that point. Let's say I have the point right here. What are the coordinates? Well, we'll go to 0, 0, which is in the middle. Do I have to go right or left? I have to go right. How much? Well, 5, 10, 11. That means the x-coordinate is positive 11. Then do I have to go up or down? I have to go up. 5, 10, 15, 11, 12, 13, 14. Up 14. That means the y-coordinate is positive 14. Let's say I have a point over here. Let's say I have a point right there. Okay? Now, do I start at 0, 0? Do I go right or left? I go left. How much left? 1. So that means it's negative 1 for the x-coordinate because I went left 1. Then do I go up or down? I go down. How many? I go down 7. So that coordinate, that point, is at negative 1, negative 7. Okay. Let's try this point right here. What are the coordinates of that point? Well, the x-coordinate. Do I go right or left? I go right. How much right? 5 right. So the x-coordinate is positive 5. Then do I go up or down? I go down. Down how much? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. Since it's down, it's negative 25. And that point right there has coordinates 5, negative 25. Let's try one more point. Let's try this point right here. Okay, back to 0, 0. Do I have to go left or right? I have to go left. How much? I have to go left 15. So that's negative 15 for the x-coordinate. Then do I have to go up or down? I have to go up 10. So that's positive 10. And that point right there has coordinates of negative 15, positive 10. So that's how you go from coordinates to points. Points are labeled with capital letters. So we'll call this point A, this point B, this point C, and this point D. Point D's coordinates are 5, negative 25. Point C's coordinates are negative 1, negative 7. Point B's coordinates are negative 15, positive 10. Point A's coordinates are positive 11, positive 14. Okay. Now, we have x-axis and y-axis. They seem to cut it into 4 pieces. Those 4 pieces are called quadrants. And since there are 4 of them, That's quad, 4 of them, and they are numbered with Roman numerals. This is quadrant 1, this is quadrant 2, this is quadrant 3, this is quadrant 4. All the points in quadrant 1 go right and up, so all the points in quadrant 1 are positive, positive. All the points in quadrant 2 are negative, positive. All the points in quadrant 3 go left and down, so they are negative, negative. All the points in quadrant 4 are positive, negative, because they go right and down. Those are the quadrants. So, which quadrant is point A in? Point A is in quadrant 1. Point B is in quadrant 2. Point C is in quadrant 3 because it is left and down. Point D is in quadrant 4 because it is right and down. So, where is this point? We'll call this point E. First of all, what are its coordinates? Well, do we go left or right? Well, we go left. How much left? 5, 10, 15. So that means the x-coordinate is negative 15. That looks terrible. Let me start that 15 over. Now, do we go up or down? No, we don't go up or down. So that means its y-coordinate is 0. Which quadrant is it in? It's not in any quadrant. It is on the x-axis, not on a quadrant at all. How about a point like point F? I'll put point F right here. Well, what are its coordinates? Point F's coordinates. Do we go left or right? We do not go left or right, so that means the x-coordinate is 0. Do I go up or down? I go down. How much? 5, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. Negative 14. The coordinates of point F are 0, negative 14. That is not in any quadrants at all. It is between quadrant 3 and quadrant 4, which means that it is on the y-axis. That's the basics of the coordinate plane. Ask any questions. That's it.